Hello, Lily, this is Blue Tricks, back for, a full-on, Bakugan video. Now, everybody knows that I'm Bruno today, and everybody, knows that I have a big obsession when it comes to characters like Shun, old school anime and Juro. So let me tell you, Lily, this is when I learned, and something that is, a body bag in response, but something that literally is a tool to keep up with the current times. Now, what happened was Bakugan 3.0 premiered on Primo TV, not too bad recently. So I'm gonna tell you, the massive L I took, though, just like my homie James, literally, and why literally something dragged on, all the way to a point where I saw it drag out. So, this is actually a pretty interesting thing because I made the comparison, earlier in my head where it came to Runo and the pink hair girl. But let's tell you how it starts, literally. So let me tell you, literally, what I'm known for, before I challenge. I'm known for, picking the more organic substance. I mean, the substance with more layers. So what has more layers? The roots of Bakugan. Now let's get to this video, okay? So the episode starts off literally with top tier animation, literally HD. First off, it's an HD Bakugan. And what ended up happening was, I'm like, oh, my Bakugan's gonna whoop his ass, literally this, and that, because I had a reputation, right? Literally, and guess what ends up happening? Literally, I see nothing but, HD content. Literally, it looks like a tournament, like fucking Boruto. Literally, it looks like it's fucking mopping me. Literally, I was high as fuck, and the whole thing looks like fucking James. First off, literally fucking the announcer, looks pretty fucking fly. I think the announcer is the same voice actor of Runo, in the 3.1. In all actuality, what ends up happening is it looks more clean. So I thought about this idea, when I was playing basketball, literally, and when I got home, literally, I was really, really tough off, I was off a strain, but in in all realness, I'm trying to explain. Lily, the bitch with the pink hair looks like a fucking naked mole rat. Anyway, I'm trying to be top tier for you. Lily, what ended up happening was, we ended up having to recap. Now, the same, name for Bakugan 3.0 and the one I watched is the same Dan. Lily, but what ends up happening, Lily's I'm loaded as fuck. I'm truly fucking loaded, Lily, and I see, Drago, Lily, when he's older, talking shit like, Fredlock, the guys from Megas XLR. Lily, I think it's hella fucking funny, Lily, and then not just that, a pink hair girl comes out, Lily, and fucking shits on everything. So everything's a slow by slow, still frame by still frame. Lily, you got knocked out, Lily, by Boruto at the beginning of the episode. What do you think you're doing, good Matt? Lily, he has fucking colored hair. Lily, he's all like Drago this, Drago that. Lily, so it ends up happening to Drago himself. Lily, he ends up talking shit. I think it's hella fucking funny because I'm high. But normally, what ends up happening, is that Lily, it's a stupid show and the CGI, Lily, is the whole point, it throws it off. So one thing, that I made the comparison, not right away, was, Drago was actually speaking better, Lily, in the original Bakugan, he was also hitting better, so there's one thing I have to make out for this video, so let's just, cut straight to the chase. The pink hair girl, and there's even a black guy, Lily, this episode, Lily, and their announcements here. And Lily, and then there's a cut in the middle of the episode, Lily, that's like that. I'm like, no, if it's you versus me or versus battle, nobody's winning with that cut. Lily, so the pink hair girl is the one, Lily, that did the almighty tell of all time, but I don't care. So this is very specific, okay? Because what ends up happening was I know it did was through and through, and the reason why I resent this is because guess what happens to the original episode of Bakugo? I mean, Battle Brawlers, but what happens is like it's slow. So what ends up happening, Lily, is I have an insecurity within the first episode, but not through and through. So I'm gonna just tell you flat out, Lily, when you look at this side by side, the pink hair girl, the black guy, Lily, the fucking Drago talking shit, Lily, fucking a tournament like fucking Boruto. I didn't think I was winning. So in all actuality, what happens in the original episode of the first Bakugan is that Dan faces two little kids, and that makes you feel insecure. It makes you feel like two little kids from my high school, and that's actually true about the first episode. So let's get real for this video. Lily, so in the first Bakugan, Lily fucking Dan is still the shit, everything still in place, but who he fights literally at the end of the episode represents a lot in anime. So let me tell you, literally, what you need to know is that that's true, because that's what I learned how to do response. You see a solid value, you see all the versus battle formation, literally, I'm the one who learned how to play something in response, literally don't know what something is, and it looks like it eat to you, okay? Literally, so there's no other time in Bakugan, so that's when you forget it. So, literally, what happened is later on the CGI, animation made sense. So, what is external that you need to know, and the reason why I'm playing these two is because the current times really have a big superpower, because that is how they call it the contradiction of today. Lord said, if you know how I say, O and I, Lily, in multiple uploads, that means Omar in India. What I mean by that, Lily, is the current times have, a really big way of correcting your statement, especially since I did the tutorial with the special ed teacher and the spanking. Literally, try to get past the spanking. Literally, I've been through all those, mini tutorials, big tutorials, starting specs. Literally, I've been through all that. I'm like hanging with Mr. Cooper on the same level. Okay, so the truth of the matter is that the same reason why, the first Bakugan Lily is slow and impactful, even though it has, kind of a negative message, is the exact same reason why it's actually connected to maturity in the old world. Like I said, Lily, in the original Bakugan, there is elements that is comparable with DBZ, which is why, you can't hand this video, because that is, the main aspect. Because even though it's slow, even though it played at the end, literally, it did match your gas line, but it be in all actuality. So that means, Lily, if you take that away, that means the real be, Shun, the real be no Runo, there will be no Masquerade. So you need to understand that. And Masquerade, in order to get what to do, it takes time. That's like the original DBZ, so I went by default. You understand? It's a very, big, interesting thing. That's why they have one of the biggest, antagonists for sure in history. But anyway, this is Mutra. This is how Bakugan 3 Part 1 is.